Good afternoon. Great to be here. My name is Talitha Washington, and I'm at Howard University. Of course, oh, golly, right? And windy. Feels like I'm in Chicago. And this morning I came in, I had to text my kid. I said, Mama's working hard. I'm at an AI conference at a bar. Yeah, my friends totally think I'm not working. But anyway, okay. So I'm going to talk about the architecture of AI learning. And I'm not really good with, there we go. Okay. And so at Howard University back in June of 2024, we launched an AI initiative. And our initiative really is student-centered. We're student first. How do we provide an environment where our students can thrive doing education, doing research, doing stuff, so they can be leaders in this? And we also have an AI advisory council. That's an advisory council to the president that advises the president on things with respect to partnerships, operations, capacity, expertise. It's made up of people from across the university to really come together to bring a united effort of AI across the university. And I co-chair this. I just got to get out the wind. Contacts. I co-chair this with our provost. Is my hair blowing or something? Okay, I feel like Beyonce. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Sorry. All right. So our AI initiative, going back, it's a lot of fun, as you can tell. We have 4 pillars: ethics and societal benefits, research and innovation, education, workforce development, operational efficiency. We have 3 subcommittees of the council who are the do arms of the council: capacity and expertise. They're actually meeting right now. I apologize. From out of the capacity and expertise subcommittee came our curriculum for AI, came workshops. Now we're talking about the capacity aspect. And so they're on the call now talking about space, technology, that sort of thing. Infrastructure and partnerships, brought a number of entities to campus, engaged frequently with a lot of different companies, one of which is AWS, Amazon Machine Learning University. And also strategy and governance, where we're developing an AI policy document and also having a listening session next week, Wednesday, to have university-wide input effort around AI policy. We have 150 people registered. Anyway, it's going to be great. Not that I'm nervous about it. Okay, I skipped over that slide. You don't care about me, so that's great. So one of the things, when I came on, I started in Howard in, maybe I can't go back, in January of 2025. I'm on my second tour of duty. Maybe it's Washington 2.0. I am the executive director of CATSA, which really works across the university. And so I'm positioned in the office of the provost. The faculty in our program for CATSA come from pharmacy, medicine, environmental science, mathematics, computer science, medicine. So the work that I do day in and day out is interdisciplinary. So this program has a master's program, but in addition to this, I also co-chair the AI Advisory Council. So I just do a lot of stuff. So shortly after I started in January, the executive orders started to come out. And I'm assuming we all have read them, right? But I figure they have to be in our conversation, right? There's something called an AI action plan, right? Okay. And so, but how do we take these, still staying true to our mission, our values, and providing an education, developing responsible research to really promote, I'll say, human flourishing, which is the title of a book by a mathematician, Dr. Francis Su, if you want to look it up. Economic competitiveness and national security. And then we also have the call to advance AI education for American youth. So these things are things that I think about. How can we position our faculty, our students, along with our friends at other institutions, industry, sectors, to do this work with us? One of the things that we did when we built am I skipping slides? I don't know. Okay, anyway. So one of the things I did, I tend to drive people crazy just a little bit because I say crazy stuff, right? And in our subcommittee, I said, if we're going to build an AI certificate that cuts across all disciplines, we need all faculty to come tell us how to do it. Subcommittee thought I lost my mind. But we did, and it worked great. We had over 80 faculty come from most of our schools and colleges, we have 14 of them, we're a comprehensive university, to tell us how we should think about this AI certificate. What should be in it, what it should be called. They ask questions like, one of the courses we misnamed because they were confused about what it was, so we took their feedback and redid a lot of the stuff, and we came back to them in December and said, this is what you told us, this is what we did, this is where we are now. And so they really, this has been a university-wide effort to really think about how to equip our students with AI. We have 3 courses: Introduction to AI Tools and Techniques, Ethical and Responsible AI. We're teaching those, piloting them this spring. Each course has a lead faculty and then a support faculty. I'm the support faculty for Ethical and Responsible AI. The 3rd course is an AI into disciplines in department A, B, C, D, or, sort of thing. The model that this falls under is University of Florida. So University of Florida launched an AI certificate program. We're kind of following that model. Oregon State's following that model. There's a lot of other schools who are using the same sort of curriculum. So University of Florida has been, I think, a really wonderful partner with us in thinking about how we can develop it. We've had a number of AI centers across the campus. A part of my work is to kind of be a node so that we're connected, that we have some sort of harmony as an AI orchestra. And so I really enjoy working across the campus with these different efforts. We have a bunch of other initiatives and efforts, anywhere from our faculty scholar community. We have a Gen AI task force in the Department of English. Google will be here next week with the Reach Gen AI Consortium. Howard Law School launched an AI initiative this past July, led by Roy Austin, so just really doing some fun work there. And then also Natural Language Processing Group, AIM Ahead, and then of course our NSF Research Coordination Network, which I'll talk about in a moment more. So when I came on in January 2025, the first 3 months, I just listened to people. Y'all know I like to talk a lot, so that was a lot of work, right? Okay. So I was like, what is going on? Who's doing what? Where, it was a data gathering, data cleaning stage. But we launched things like, we did a Microsoft AI Skills Fest. I'm like, I don't think anybody's coming. We had 250 people on. I was like, what? No. So people are hungry for opportunities to do stuff, right? Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. We're launching an AI cluster hire initiative where we're going to have faculty from 2 different schools or colleges have aligned sort of research agendas. So we'll be hiring for that in the fall. Amazon came to campus in June for Machine Learning University, educated over 200 folks, and I think Dr. Vela will talk more about that program. So we enjoyed that. We also brought a student discussion with Representative Mfume and also Representative Kahana to campus with Dean Kim Jones there to talk about AI and jobs and what's happening on the national landscape. So just, NVIDIA came to campus, Waymo comes. That's one of my favorites, but anyway. That'll be in the spring. Also, we're part of the Open AI initiative. We'll be launching an AIC grant program soon. So just a lot of good, fun stuff. Okay, I think I'm hitting the wrong button. So with NSF, we have a research coordination network on assessing and predicting job outcomes in AI. And so we're looking at 3 questions, like what is an AI job or AI adjacent job? And what skills are really needed? And then also, how do we build credentials and curricula? A lot of our discussion yesterday talking about data literacy, AI literacy, and I'm going, I'm a mathematician, so I like to define things, right? What's the definition of AI literacy? And then how do we know if somebody's AI literate? And then, so these are the questions that were coming to my mind yesterday. But a part of this RCN really is to bring together different folks from across the nation to really kind of bring some clarity. And then also disseminate as well. I enjoy partnerships. Some of the other co-PIs, one's from North Carolina Central, one's from Houston City Community Colleges, New Mexico's on state, University of Florida, Bowie, whole hodgepodge of folks. They're great. And so I just put this on. The other week I gave a presentation to folks who were leading AI initiatives, and this was, I thought, an interesting slide, going from the old question to the new question, and what we're thinking about in higher education. Integrity, the old question, how do we stop students from cheating? Like when people ask me that, I'm like, was it yesterday? How do we assess AI fluency as a graduate skill? But then also, what do we mean by AI fluency? How do we know? How do we assess it? How do we measure? And then operations, what AI tools can we use? Now we're asking the questions, how does AI fundamentally change our operating model? So at Howard, one of the things I'm working on is working with the IT folks into looking at our data management enterprise systems and how can we employ AI tools for high touch point areas, either with students. So we can basically have, lack of a better way to say it, have some bots that interact with our internal data where students can log in and then interact. We see this with other universities. So that will be coming soon. And then also faculty. Should faculty be allowed to use it? Was the old question. Apparently that's still a question at some places. And then now the question is, how do we protect faculty intellectual property? And I would also like to add, how do we protect student intellectual property? Some faculty like to have students just work on any system that has no privacy security and their data just goes wherever. I'm like, that just makes me nervous. And so IP is a thing. I don't have real answers, only questions. And then I just popped this at the bottom. There's going to be an upcoming workshop, National Academy of Sciences and Medicine, NASM. It's going to be on the impact of AI on education and workforce trajectories in tech. I'll be chairing the planning committee for that. So that will be coming up this March. So stay tuned for that as well. So that's it. 'Cause I can't.